According to the agreement, struck last year, the EU must pay Turkey, led by President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, £5.2 billion for humanitarian and other projects aimed at reducing the number of migrants, mainly from Syria, trying to get to Europe. Half the money has already been paid, but according to German newspaper Spiegel, Germany, and France, along with Austria, Sweden, Denmark and Finland's governments have written to the European Commission asking for the remaining sum to be paid entirely from the central EU budget. However, European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker is said to have rejected this idea. The paper reports, the money from the EU-Turkey deal should actually be used to finance schools and hospitals, but not much has happened so far. Getty. European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker wants EU members to foot the bill. The EU states also accuse Turkey of lacking transparency. While Ankara is planning a third installment according to internal documents, even though the second has not even been transferred, some member states are discussing how to get out of the refugee deal. If the agreement does indeed fall, it could lead to an increase in refugee numbers in Western Europe. The first payment was structured in such a way that 1/3 came from the EU budget and 2/3 from the member states, proportionate to their size and economic strength. Getty. Approximately 2.5 million Syrian refugees are in Turkey. Germany paid the most, just under £440 million. Mr. Juncker's commission wants the second payment to be financed in the same way as the first. But according to an internal EU document seen by Spiegel, several countries are voicing their opposition to this. A representative of the German government is reported as having said during a meeting of the Commission's Executive Committee that the decision on a second installment should only be taken after the various projects agreed on with Turkey using money from the first chunk of money had been completed. Getty. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan claimed the money was not coming through fast enough last year. Mr. Erdogan claimed his country had received less than £160 million of the £2.6 billion promised, 6 months after the initial agreement. Recently, the Turkish Ministry for EU Affairs stated that when the needs of Syrians are considered, it is very clear that the EU needs to be much quicker at fulfilling its commitments. Turkey is estimated to now be home to 2.5 million Syrian refugees displaced by fighting in their war-torn country. Additional reporting by Monica Pallenberg.